Hi everybody, Dimitri here. Today I'm at the beach by Poseidon Highway. Yes, Poseidon. So here we go with today's topic. What was my contribution? I created the wiki where our work would be displayed. I created the pages in a separate space where my teammate and I could share ideas and show draft versions of our work while it was still in progress. We decided to do a lit review on gamification, which is a way to turn learning into a type of game, but without the actual entertainment value of traditional video games. My part was doing the introduction of games. For example, define both gamification and serious games, and so forth. I defined the terms and then went into detail about what the two types entail, as well as provide examples, screenshots, and explanation of how each is applied. I also talked about how serious games teach people about cultural heritage. For example, there are serious games where a player is immersed in a virtual 3D environment that is accurately set up, just as a real city, with areas to explore, questions to answer, tests to take, and finally awards and badges given to those who are successful. How did working on the wiki contribute to or hinder my learning or knowledge development? I thought long and hard about how I was going to answer this question. Wikis are a great way to collaborate, but that's about it. As a matter of fact, it is my personal opinion that there are better ways to collaborate, such as Office 365, SharePoint, etc. While I very strongly believe in open source and Creative Commons, I do not like having my very hard work available for anyone to use and even incorporate into their work for commercial purposes. Fortunately, there is a type of CC license that does not allow using the work for commercial purposes, and that's great. This is an especially big issue because we plan to submit this work for publication consideration, and as such, I do not want anyone to access it until afterward. Naturally, if it did get published, I would welcome any type of sharing concerning the journal. So to answer the question, working on the wiki neither contributed nor hindered my learning or knowledge development. How did working on the wiki contribute to or hinder my attitude toward the subject matter? Again, the answer is the same as the previous question. It neither contributed nor hindered my attitude toward the subject matter. Wiki lacks the special formatting capabilities that are needed in order to set up a professional journal. Even getting the draft versions on there for review by my teammate was a struggle and took me an entire hour. The majority of my work was done in Word, and as such, Wiki was not a factor at all. I did, however, use the Wiki to see my teammates' ongoing work, which did help. It did allow me to learn more about massively multiplayer online role-playing games and how they are used for gamification. I never really considered an MMORPG game for learning purposes, but because my teammate is an expert, I got a really good overview. How did working on the wiki contribute to or hinder my ability to perform in my future career, that is, skill development? I think it could be useful in the sense that I could still list it as a skill. In other words, it's something that I have done already and know how to set up, administer, and use in case the hiring company or school has implemented it for their own use. It is also possible to have a wiki on one site, even an intranet, a site for internal use hosted on a company's network. I think an intranet is a great way to use a wiki because it is only seen by the company or school and cannot be accessed by outside parties. Of course, this begs the question of why not use a specially set up forum instead of a wiki. I think a wiki would be better than a forum because a wiki is set up for collaboration on big projects, whereas a forum is more for exchanging ideas, tips, and tech support. How did working on the wiki contribute to or hinder my sense of reciprocity and cooperation among my students in my class? Man, this is a really good topic here, a really good header, rather. This is the third time I have had to collaborate on a project as a student. Unfortunately, the first two times were less than satisfactory, and I had to break apart and work individually. This time, however, I paired up with a no-nonsense professional who is an expert in her field. And as such, cooperation, reciprocity were at the levels that one can expect in a professional environment. I cannot praise my teammate enough, and am very fortunate that I met and collaborated with her. She meets her deadlines, provides high-quality work, contributes excellent ideas, and suggestions and gets things done. I really do hope at some point in the future there will be other opportunities to work with her again. Thank you.